Tolkien, a film about the life of J.R.R. Tolkien. And on a side note, I know his family has disowned this movie. I don't know why they disowned it, but it's probably because, like most biopics, they do take liberties to try to make the film more dramatic. I thought the score was wonderful for the film, in all honesty. I thought the film was decent enough. If you're tired of all the big blockbuster movies about the world always being in danger and there's massive stakes, and you just want a simple film about friendship and the life of one person and how that one person can change the world, even though he's from a poor family, and he just used his words and his brain, then you'll probably enjoy this one. I think this is probably one of those quote-unquote Oscar bait films where they think the Academy is going to enjoy it, but usually the Oscar films come out later in the season, like the last couple months before the Oscars are nominated, so I would doubt this one is going to be nominated. I mean, I'd stand behind it because I said I enjoyed the film. But then again, like I said last year, I thought that John Cho should have gotten at least nominated for Searching, and that movie was completely snubbed out of everything. So, what do I know about the Oscar film type things? But, I can't really point anything bad about the movie. Even the child actors did a good enough job, and they were good at their work. None of the actors felt like they were acting. They felt like people, like real people. Like sometimes you can tell when they're reading lines, it's like doesn't sound proper, or their giveaway doesn't sound proper. It's like I can't even think of the word. The way their performance doesn't seem natural. The movie never really slows down like a lot of the slower Oscar films do, with the people not doing it properly. Even during the parts where it's just like they're in school, the dialogue and the acting and the music keeps the story going. It's like it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't feel like it's being bogged down. It doesn't feel like you're just sitting there for hours on end. It's like there are some films that you'll watch, it's only like an hour and a half or so, but it feels longer. And other ones that are way longer, it's like everybody's talking about how, Endgame's a perfect amount of runtime. It's 3 hours, but it feels like it's 2. Same side effect. A long, good movie doesn't feel like that long. A bad, short movie feels like it's long. And the film snips together his early life, his time in school, his time when he was learning and studying about languages, and then how the fact that he was in World War II. The World War II stuff isn't too graphic, it isn't too violent, it just shows, war. You'll see worse in actual war movies. Doesn't spend too much time on the war, but it does show enough of it and how it affected him. And I'd watch it again, honestly. I wouldn't tell people to go see it in theaters, but I would suggest maybe renting it on Redbox, or if it comes on TV. If you're a fan of Tolkien, you might want to watch it. Although you might also want to look into why his family just owned it. Because maybe they did change something in it. Like they changed something drastically. Or they didn't like some aspect of it. So if you're a fan of his work and that, you might want to maybe look into that a little bit before you go watch the movie. Or if you're going to watch it on TV anyways, just enjoy it as a movie. Just inspired by real life events. It's not 100% accurate, but then unless you're doing like honest reality TV where someone's just vlogging or something, it's not going to be it's not going to be 100% reality, because it's after the fact. I would give it a B, and I honestly think this is probably my top 10%, top 10 of 2019 so far. Comment down below, like, dislike. I can't tell you what to do. You'll do it yourself. But hey, no matter what you do, helps the channel out. Have a good one. And what do you think of Tolkien? The movie, not the person. Although you could tell me what you thought of the person yourself, if you want to. But I was mostly talking about the movie. I was going to say have a good one, but I mentioned the guy that played the engineer in Next Generation, the one who did the helipads. Helipads. The things the teleporters. That's what they're called. Sorry. It is 4 a.m., so you have to give me a little bit of slack there on my words. He was actually in it. Chief O'Brien, that was his character's name. He played the priest who got custody of Tolkien and his brother after his parents died. And obviously the Nicholas Hoult from the First Class X-Men movies. I didn't really recognize any of the other actors. I kind of recognized the one that played the professor that gave him his scholarship, because he was impressed by the languages he made. But I don't know his name. I think he's probably a BBC actor. And now I'll say have a good one.